How to make good decisions. Hi, my name is Ed JC Smith. In this session, you're going to learn simple, quick, precise lessons on how to make a good decision so you can be more effective, so you can get more, so you can create more, so you can live life on your terms. If that's what you want, stay tuned. I'll see you on the other side. Number one, how to make good decisions. First of all, you've got to be clear on what you want. Now, of course, easier said than done. And of course, different areas, different contexts in your life, they'll be easier to actually get clarification on what you want than others. But you have to be clear on what you want. If you don't know what you want, if you have no outcome, if you're going into a business without an outcome, without a set format or a goal or a vision or something to aim towards, then you're going to get confused and distracted, and making decisions is all about being clear on the end result. So first of all, number one, you've got to be clear on what you want. Number two, you've got to create options, and so that you have choice. Write down again what it is that you want. Number two, create options and create different sorts of options so that you have choice. People feel overwhelmed because they believe they only have a couple of choices. And so create a couple of different options, or if they believe they have one and one solely purpose, then it's very difficult, you get overwhelmed. The three, you've got to mitigate the downside, which is just a fancy word for you've got to reduce what's the worst case scenario that could possibly happen, what's the worst case scenario that could ever happen in any particular situation, and let's know that so we can avoid it. It's not let's just make sure that we know like all the positives, etc., but we must know the downside. What's the worst thing that can happen? Once we understand that, how do we reduce that? So mitigate and understand the downside. Four, make a decision based out of progression, always. Always make a decision out of pushing further forward, whether it's in your relationship, whether it's health, whether it's wealth. If you make every single decision out pushing you further forward, out of moving forward, then you'll start to become more masterful at making decisions. The problem today is that most people don't have practice, they don't have the skill to make decisions because they avoid making a decision. You've got to remember, if you avoid making a decision, that's a decision to avoid making the decision, that's a decision to stay exactly where you are. You have a choice to stay where you are or move forward in life. Make a decision about progression and not regression. Last point, number five, you've got to resolve and commit. You've got to resolve and make a commitment to moving forward. You've got to cut off from, you've got to burn the boats, you've got to move forward, you've got to take the island, you've got to make a decision, you've got to move forward. And you know, most people live a life where they spend their whole life never making any sort of decision. It depends. If you do want to create more, be more, live life on your terms, it's time to make a decision, make a good decision and stick to it. For example, like one of the biggest decisions people have is starting their own business. You know, there's never a right time to start your own business. If you're stuck in a job right now, I always say start and start learning more skills so you can build up a buffer and so you can work that in your spare time. So, you know, that's the beauty of the entrepreneurial world that we live in today. If you're passionate about something that you want to do, you know, and you're in a job and you're not passionate about it, then start building your passion in your extra time, and slowly but surely, you know, you build that business, that secondary business, till it pays you as much as your first business, and then you can flip that over. So I want to know number one, what's holding you back? What's holding you back from making decisions? Write a comment below. I'd love to see your comments. I'd love to be able to interact more and help you engage more by giving you relevant content to your questions. So what's stopping you? What's preventing you? Write a comment below. What's a big decision you need to make today? What's a big decision that you need to make? Write a comment. I'd like to see what it is. And what's a small decision that you can make? What's the small decisions in your life that will start to make big impact on the big things that you want? And if I were to ask you a 1 minute decision, what would be your 1 minute decision that you could make today that will help you to get where you want to be? As always, thank you for watching. My pleasure to connect with you. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below. I look forward to catching up with you soon. If you do want to be more, create more, live life on your terms, then this is for you. Subscribe, check out the content, and I look forward to catching up. And if I do get a chance to meet you at a live event, I look forward to catching up with you and hearing how this information helped. Till next time, I'll see you soon.